Yo, what is going on, guys? Hutcho322 here, back, and today, fans and coaches of the ASL, I'm bringing you yet another ASL video. And today, for you guys, I have the ASL Season 4 Week 6 weekly recap. Now, in this video, I will be going over the matches that have happened in Week 6 of the ASL. If you've not figured that out already, this has been an ongoing series on this channel. It's third season now, but enough about that. Let's hop into it. So you will notice that Pick'em Crew went up right before this. It is a little bit late. I recorded it just because Matt was having issues actually being able to record it, so I just went ahead and recorded it for him. So no problem there. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this. So as you can see here, we have a 2-0, 1-0, 3-0, 4-0, 2-0, 1-0, and a 1-0. So a lot of close matches this week. We also have the Susie Bowl that happened. So good stuff there. So let's go ahead and hop into the first match. In the first match, we have the Intermelodic taking on the Hartford Whalers, and the Hartford Whalers taking their first loss of the season, as Static and TCP actually agreed to do an all-tier B Mons game. So that's pretty cool to see there. And yeah, Static finally taking down TCP. So let's hop into the game. This is going to be Tyrantrum out against Ambipom, and not wanting to take a low kick, Static is going to go out into his Wheezing just because Tyrantrum is so good. He does not want to risk it, so Jolteon is going to go for the Thunderbolt. It's going to do absolutely nothing to this Rotom Frost. And now I know that's resisted, but that is looking to be a bulkier Rotom Frost, especially now that I'm seeing the Willow Spear. It's now going to go for the Volt Switch. Here it got the burn on the Regice, and Regice is going to go for the Ice Beam, doing 25%. So Blaziken can go for a big high jump kick here, but it's actually going to go for the Brave Bird. So Static rocking some interesting coverage there. So Quagsire is going to come out here, and they can go for the Yawn on the Wheezing, as the Wheezing wants to set up some Toxic Spikes, and then Static is going to go for the Infestation. Very good set, because he could just keep people in here while toxicking them, and Static can use this Quagsire to actually wake up because of the Infestation, and the Quagsire cannot switch out and go into something that would capitalize it on, like Zoroark or Jolteon. So Wheezing is going to get up its second layer of this Toxic Spikes, but TCP can spin it away whenever he would like with the Hitmontop. Just assuming that Static doesn't go Hoopa. So Rotom Frost is going over the Blizzard, misses. It would have done like 5% anyways. 9%, I stand corrected. Sorry, to take a drink of water. But this Regice is not really doing anything either, and then TCP is going to try and break this chain going into Ambipom, but it is actually in Zoroark, and Static picks the perfect time to go into his Rotom, or to go over the Volt Switch on his Rotom Frost. Then Zoroark is going to go for the U-turn, and then Jolteon is going to come out here. Jolteon can do a lot of damage to this Wheezing, so Static does not want to take that. It's a free swap into his Rotom Frost, but this gives TCP his Hitmontop, or it gives him his Ambipom. The nice thing about Static is TCP is letting his team get weakened, and Ambipom is going to go over the Fake Out. It's going to take some extra poison damage, so it's going to go over the U-turn. So Wheezing is proving to be a prominent Mon in this match, applying ample pressure, and Static is probably a little bit mad that he did Willis this Regice, just because he probably would have liked to had the Toxic on it, but Regice is getting over the rest anyways, so it really wouldn't have mattered. It just would have popped rests quicker. So this gives Static a free swap out into his Blaziken, assuming this thing does not have Sleep Talk, but it actually does. This thing is going to go for the Brick Break. So I don't know why TCP didn't Brick Break the Rotom earlier. But anyways, Static is going over that big, he's going to go over the big high jump kick, and I think he's choice locked and he's predicting the Protect. That would make the most sense to me. And Rotom Frost is then going to go for the Blizzard, is going to do absolutely nothing. And then TCP is going to make the double, predicting the Volt Switch, but Static is going to make a good play. Going for the Pain Split, nice and neutral play. So TCP then gets the Volt Switch back out into his Rotom Frost, and Static can just not land Blizzards. And now he's getting over the Volt Switch, and then goes out into his Blaziken on an aggressive play, hoping that he doesn't roll Ice Beam, which he doesn't. Brick Break's going to come out. And this is going to kill something. Blaziken gets a kill. Boom. There you go. Down goes the Quagsire. The first kill of the match. 29 turns in. So not wanting to take a Fake Out here, Static is going to go out into his Wheezing, which will die to the following double hit. Not this Ambipom. And then this gives a switch out into Tyrantrum, and Hitmontop is going to come out as Static is going to show off the Rock Polish, so maybe trying to get a sweep later in the game. And Hitmontop is going to go for the Close Combat. Obviously, it's not affected due to the Ghost typing. And then Static is going to double out into Whimsicott, either predicting the Sucker Punch or predicting the Zoroark. Either way, good play. And then could go for the Leech Seed just to get some residual on this Regice, knowing that Regice would wake up. Static is going to go to his Rotom Frost, and TCB is going to make the double into his Jolteon, which can then get him over into his Regice. So Rotom Frost going to go for the Volt Switch. This is a lot of repetitive turns, but anyways, Blaziken is going to come out. Blaziken is the one thing that is breaking these cycles, because it just puts on so much pressure on TCP's team. Then out comes Ammo Bomb, and Static wants to keep this thing around a little bit more. TCP is going to make a nice play going for the U-turn there. And Jolteon is going to come out. Jolteon can go for the HP Ice, but this is not a Jolteon. This is a Zoroark going for the Flamethrower. And then out comes Tyrantrum on the expected Flamethrower. And this Zoroark is going to die to the next round of poison, but this Tyrantrum is actually going to go ahead and get up rocks. And basically, it's going to do a lot. But DCP going for the Thief. He did not like Hoopa. He brought a bunch of coverage. But yeah, this basically just gives Static the game, just because there is nothing that TCP can do. Ambipom is going to be taking too much damage. I mean, every time it comes in, it's taking poison and rocks. TCP is going to unfortunately miss, but it really only matters in terms of taking one more round of poison, if you want to look at it like that. But yeah, it's just the hazards are too much for TCP to overcome, especially Static making that nice double there just to rack up more poison. And then TCP is going to go out into his Ambipom, and then it's going to drop to this Blizzards. TCP really had to hope for the miss there. And yeah, Tyrantrum basically just cleans up. I guess go for a Rock Polish, but Static is actually going to go into his Whimsicott, which is going to die. And the Hitmontop is going to stay alive, and out comes Tyrantrum, and it just gets to click Earthquake a couple of times, or Outrage, whatever it may be. So there's going to be one kill for Tyrantrum, and it's going to be Rocky Helmet Hitmontop. Out comes Jolteon. It's not killing, it is not living, so goodbye. Tyrantrum hanging on with 4% to help the Inner Milotic win their second match of the year and bringing down the 5-0 Hartford Whalers to a 5-1 record. In the next game, we got the BC Viverals taking on the Newcastle Mets, and very, very close match. We have a 1-0 in TG's favor, so let's go ahead and hop into it. So we have Tapu Fini leading out against Kieran Black, very much favoring Tapu Fini, especially if it has a walk-on berry. Gumby does not care in the slightest. He's going to go for the Fusion Bolt and almost kills this Tapu Fini. So either that's offensive Fini or a banded Kyurem, in my opinion. Well, not opinion, but like just what I'm looking at here. But Kyurem is actually going to not kill on the first one, but then does connect on the second one, but is very weak. So TG is going to go into his Toxicroak, going for the Vacuum Wave, showing off that he is Life Orb variant. So this Hippowdon is going to get up rocks, and the Mew can do the same, but Mew is actually just going to go for the rocks. So yeah, it does go for the rocks there. But Zapdos is going to go for the Volt Switch, doing a considerable chunk to this Mew, looking to be physically defensive, likely for this Excadrill, and Excadrill is going to get frozen. It only matters if Excadrill is frozen solid, which it is, so yeah, that's really unfortunate. Gumby would have got off a big Earthquake, and it potentially kills the Mew, especially if you use Z-move, it would have 100% killed. Not even with this Mew's knock, or with this Mew's Cobra Berry, or you living a knockoff from a Mega Absol, goodbye. So this Toxicroak is going to come out, it's just going to Vacuum Wave again. It's doing some solid damage to this Hippowdon. This Hippowdon is not going to live it for much longer, so Serp's going to come out on the predicted Slack Off. But Gumby playing no games, he's actually just going to go for the Ice Fang, just trying to put on as much pressure as he can. And then Gumby's going to go ahead and go Sack Off as Kieran Black, not wanting to give this thing a Leaf Storm boost. So he's going to go out into his Zapdos, and Zapdos can live any hit extremely comfortably. And Zapdos is going to unfortunately miss the Heat Wave. That's very unfortunate. But just because Sneasel doesn't really have to worry about a Yachi Berry anymore. Assault Vest, that's what it was. Alright, so it's Assault Vest Zapdos. So Surf goes down, so does Zapdos. We're tied at 3-3 at the moment. And Gliscopod just puts on a tremendous amount of pressure. And it's going to first impression into the Zygarde, doing plenty of damage. And Zygarde is going to go for the Outrage, gets rid of this Hippowdon. If it is Choice Scarfed, it wins the game. But Mega Absol is going to come out. Does go for the Ice Beam, so it does outspeed, and it was not Choice Scarfed. Then Toxic Growth gets to come out. Just goes for the Vacuum Wave here, and Gumby's got to try and do what he can. Goes for the Sucker Punch. Now, if this thing is Gumby's gonna go for the first impression here, and it's gonna do enough to kill the Sneasel, and it just comes down to whether TG is Dry Skin or not, which I haven't seen in anticipation. So yeah, he has Dry Skin. That was Gumby's only play, since Sludge Wave does kill him. He had to just hope for the best. He didn't have Sucker Punch. He just had to hope that he wasn't Dry Skin, but he was. So that's gonna be the game. The BC Bibberls are gonna pick up a 1-0 victory, and I believe they're on a 4-game win streak. So look out for the Bibberls. Next up, we have the Portland Timbers facing off against the newest coach in the ASL. We have Shadow, coach of the PC Barcelona, and Mega Lopunny getting a weekly hero, picking up 5 kills in this match, as the Portland Timbers did improve to a 3-0 or a 3-3 record from a 3-0 win over the PC Barcelona, and let's hop into this match. So Shadow's going to lead Arcanine. As I lead with my Thundurus Therian, Thundurus is going to go with the Thunderbolt, and this Arcanine is specially defensive, judging by that damage. It is going to go with the Will-O-Wisp, and then is going to also show off its Rocky Helmet, as Thundurus is going to go with the U-Turn. And then Arcanine gets to just Morning Sun up as Slowking comes out. Glalie comes out on Slowking and does not get burned, so if this is a physical Glalie, that's going to be very helpful for Shadow. And I'm going to go out to my Ferrothorn here, as Shadow's going to go for the Nasty Plot. Ferrothorn goes for the Stealth Rocks. And predicting the HP Fire, I'm going to go out into my Comfey. Well, actually, I was predicting the Focus Blast. I wanted him to HP Fire me, but I just didn't know. I didn't want to risk it. So Shadow's going to go for the second Nasty Plot. So he's a +4, but Comfey's Triage ability is going to be able to make it so this Choice Scarf Crobat can come in here and go for the U-Turn and get rid of this thing. So Thundurus gets to come out, and judging by Shadow sending this in, I'm thinking he's Scarfed. I'm going to go into my Slowking. That's going to do negligible damage to my Slowking. This is a physically defensive Slowking. AT&T, I trying to care. Okay, so let's go back. So he's gonna go out into Togetic, and I'm gonna go to my Ferrothorn and doubling out into my Thundurus, wanting to put a lot of pressure on this thing. I'm going to actually predict the Electivire to come out here, and I'm just going to go for the all-out pummeling, as that is not going to be the case. And Shadow's going to set up a Nasty Plot, as he's going to get his Wish back, so very risky play, but it did pay off for him, as he's going to burn my Z-move, and then I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, doing a lot of damage. He's going to baton pass this into Arcanine, so I'm just going to sack this thing off, because Mega Lopunny just wins now, with the degree of sacks. So Mega Lopunny is getting over the return, picking up its first kill of the match, getting rid of the Arcanine. Now out comes Glalie. One sec, the advertisement is almost over. Mega Glalie going for the protect, obviously predicting the high jump kick. There you go. And what the heck? Whoa. I'm bad. Okay. There. Okay. So here we are. We have Electivire taking on this Slowking. So Electivire is going to go for the Power Up Punch into the Mega Lopunny, and Lopunny does not care. It is going to go ahead and pick up its third kill of the match. Now Lucario is expected to be Scarf at this point in time, so I'm going to go out on my Crobat. He's going to make that a prediction. I didn't really care if he made that prediction. I knew I live it. Then I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird, doing whatever damage I can to this thing just to make this quicker. So I'm going to go for Fake Out into this Lucario, and then this Togetic is going to drop to Ice Punch from Mega Lopunny. So Mega Lopunny putting on 5 kills in this match, and being a big threat to the PC Barcelona. In the next match, we have the Phoenix Flagons taking on the Utah Hoots in the Suzy Bowl. If you guys don't know what the Suzy Bowl was, basically back in ASL Season 2, I believe it was in some playoff game. It was in some consolation playoff game. Suzy and Keister, since they're both named Cam, Suzy and Keister decided, hey, let's have a battle of the Cams, and the loser's gonna be named Suzy. I bet you can guess who won that game. But we have the Suzy Bowl, and looks like we have a new victor this time. So let's hop into it. So we have Miltank taking on this Rhyperior. They can both get up rocks, as Miltank is actually just gonna go for the Earthquake. So Keister just wanting to put on the pressure early. Then Registeel is going to come out on this Necrozma. It can go for Toxic. It can go for a lot of good stuff like that. And knowing that, or knowing that Stealth Rocks are coming out, Suzy's going to make an aggressive play into his Darm, then going for the U-turn, seeing as though this Miltank is Rocky Helmet, and likely Thick Fat. The Miltank is going to go for the Thunder Wave, but this Kyurem does not care at all. That's Lefty's Kyurem. It just O-code this Miltank thing near. So, Suzy, knowing how big of a threat this Mega Charizard X is, he's going to go out into his Rhyperior, which Rhyperior from this health is going to easily beat the Mega Charizard X. And the Rhyperior is going to go for the Earthquake, breaking the sub, and then we'll OHKO this thing the next turn. And Suzy is going to make the play of the clicking Rock Slide. It would both kill Suzy. I love the plays. So, Starmie is going to come out here, and Keister's down big, 6-4 at this point. And Necrozma can take on that Scald. It can take another one. Does not get burned. So very fortunate for Suzy. He's going to be able to get that Moonlight off. And then Suzy's going to double out into his Sylveon. Probably wanting to just wish something up. But out comes the Registeel. His Registeel is going to soak hits and can do a lot back. So Suzy wanting to get into his Mega Scizor for free. That's like the opposite of a Mega Zardar. Oh my god, English is hard, bro. Mega Scizor. So he's then gonna go for the U-turn and is going to OHKO the Scizor. Why do I try? OHKO the Starmie. So Crispy Gorilla. The Darm is going to go for the Flare Blitz. And Focus Sash, Nidoqueen is going to come in here, is going to almost kill the Necrozma as well, but Necrozma is going to hang on, and Necrozma, being the unsung hero of this match, being able to force things out, and then it's going to go for a big Psychic onto this Mega Charizard X, and then is going to live very comfortably. So Suzy just wants to get rid of this enormous threat. Now comes Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is not going to be able to kill, and Necrozma is going to get another kill, so 2 kills for Necrozma. And Suzy's going to want to go ahead and preserve differential here. So Keister's going to go for the Iron Head, doing 8%. And Suzy's going to go for the knockoff. And then Registeel is going to go ahead and reveal the Hidden Power of Fire. But then Rhyperior gets to come out here. If it was actually, me and Anderson were talking during the game, if it was Curse or Rest Registeel, that would have been an actual problem for Suzy at the end. But Rhyperior is going to be able to kill with the Earthquake. And that's going to be the game. The Utah Hoots picking up a 4-0 victory, a big victory over the Phoenix Flagons, getting them back into the playoff race. And now Keister will be called Ruth on the ASL servers. So yeah, go hop on the ASL server. Why have you not done that yet? Link down below in the description, as always. So hopping on to the next game, we have the Slow Bohemians taking on the Washington Wailords. And still the Washington Wailords have yet to get a victory. They will, I'm sure of it. But in this game, Emboar picking up 4 kills, doing so much work to the Washington Wailords. And let's start the match. So Swellow taking on Heatran is very much favoring the Heatran, but TJ doesn't care. He's just going to go for the HP ground and just sack off his Swellow to this big flamethrower from Heatran. And Latias is going to go for the Thunderbolt just in case the Primarina wants to come out. Then Cam is going to go out into his Porygon 2 as this Latias is going to go for the Calm Mind. And I don't know what it is about Cam. He loves Trick Room. He adores it. But Bronzong going for some big damage. It's going to get crit, which is unfortunate. It is, just because this Rachi is going to be able to beat it down more easily. So TJ is going to make a double out into the Decidueye, seeing if this Bronzong indeed does have the Earthquake, plus then he can waste out the turns, and then can go into Embor as Sandslash is going to come out. So knowing that Embor just rips Cam's team in half, he's going to want to go out into the Latias, and Sandslash can go for the Toxic, since Latias has really lost its ability to set up Calm Minds. TJ doesn't care, he just wants to set up like 1 or 2 Calm Minds, then just nuke something. Since Bronzong is weakened, he's actually going to go for the Shattered Psyche here, and is going to Oko that Sandslash. Really opens the floodgates for Embor here, especially if that is Choice Scarfed. If it is Choice Scarfed Embor, it just wins. It actually just wins if it's Choice Scarfed. So Decidueye is going to go over the Roost here, just wanting to be at full, you never know. And P2 again is going to set up the Trick Room. I think Cam has clicked Trick Room in every single week. It's pretty funny. But anyways, this duck thing, Porygon, is just going to repeatedly be going for the Ice Beam here. As Embor comes in, and Embor basically gets a kill here. You want to go to Ditto? Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. I apologize, I lied. It doesn't get a kill, it gets a Toxic off. So Embor's going to go for the Superpower. DJ making a very, very risky play going into his Decidueye, since it is really one of his only ways to live hits. Actually, he has plenty of ways to live hits from the Primarina. But this Embor is going to go ahead and kill the Ditto. And first kill of the match for Embor, and there's going to be more to come, don't you worry. So this Decidueye is going to come out on the Trick Room from the Porygon. I swear, Cam loves Trick Room. So, Decidueye is going to go for the Nasty Plot, and this just got a lot scarier for Mr. Cam over here. So, Decidueye is going to Roost. It can just stall out this Trick Room really effectively, just because... Oh... See, that's where I lied to you guys. So, Embor's going to come out here on the predicted Ice Beam. And Embor can just go over a big Superpower. It's getting a kill. So, bye, Bronzong. It was nice knowing you, buddy. And Embor's second kill of the match. So Porygon 2 comes out again, since it can just recover off all that damage. And he's going to go for the Trick Room. Yeah, why not? So Primarina is going to come out. He's going to take that Psychic. It does about a third. Rachi can take the Surf and go for the Thunderbolt, which is not going to kill. But another Surf on a high roll is actually going to go ahead and kill it. Decidueye hoping to thaw out or be slower. That's not the case. Or TJ was actually probably just trying to burn turns of Trick Room. And then this Latias is going to come out. P2 can stall it out to a degree. All TJ literally has to do is click that Embor button, and P2 is going to go over the Recover, and Latias is going to set up a Calm Mind. He might just be trying to let his Latias go down. He's going to go for the Psychic, 24%. I mean, he's just trying to get it so Embor wins. So out comes Magneton, and Magneton is likely going to Volt Switch out. Yep, he's going to Volt Switch out. So TJ making the correct plays to make it so his Embor is going to go ahead and win here. He's going to go for the Superpower, and then Primarina comes out. Primarina is very low, and this proves to be a faster Embor than the Primarina. I mean, Embor's like the same speed as Primarina, I think. Like, no, Embor is 65 and Primarina is 60. So there you go. It's a very fast Embor. Almost max seed probably, unless it's I don't know. It was an offensive Embor. We can assume that. So that's gonna be the game. These Slow Bohemians are gonna win 2-0 over the Washington Wailords. Oh, forgot to change the replay. 1 sec, guys. All right, so in the next game we got the St. George Dragonites and the Arcane Arcanines, and we only have one undefeated team remaining. Who's gonna be able to knock them off? That is the St. George Dragonites. And Lando T picking up 3 kills despite his team not winning. He got a lot of kills. Let's hop into it. So we got Mega Blastoise, not Mega Blastoise. We got Blastoise taking on this Cobalion. Sorry, I did take a drink. So this Golbat is gonna go for the U-turn and going out into the Sableye, as Sableye is gonna go for the taunt, likely predicting the Stealth Rock, because that is what EN is gonna go for. And Tapu Koko puts a lot of pressure on this Sableye. Likely does not care about the Willis. Special to Koko makes so much more sense to bring against Ian's team. So this Sableye is going to go for the Shadow Ball. Gets the special defense drop, which could come into play, especially if Clefable wants to come out on this Blastoise. But then Ian's going to crit him right back. So Sableye going for its Prankster Recover. And then Blastoise is just going to follow this up with a Scald. and another Scald. Basically just fishing for a burn at this point. That's really the only reason why, and maybe just trying to burn those recovers, just because without Tapu Koko, which he does still have it very healthy, this stabilize a problem. So he finally gets the burn. That's probably what he was looking for, as he's now going to go out into his Tapu Koko. Yep, there we go. So Tapu Koko is going to have to take a Shadow Ball. It can do that very well. It only does about 30%. And then Tapu Koko is going to follow it up with a big Volt Switch under the electric terrain. That's going to do about 3/4 of this stabilized health. And Cobalion is going to come out. Bold plays by Ian, and then this Cobalion is going to drop to an Earthquake. I believe in chat, Ian said that, what's it called? That was a misclick. I'll say E-N and Ian. So it's a little, it's different. It's different. I swear, I can't English today. I don't know how I'm going to be able to differentiate E-N and Ian. So, we have Lando T coming out on this Tapu Koko, not fearing the potential HP Ices. Tapu Koko is going to go for the Volt Switch. If this is Choice Scarf Lando, it will kill. And Lando is going to go for the knockoff, so big plays on Ian's part. So, En is going to go out and do his Mamoswine, since there's no Intimidate. Mamoswine gets to go for a free Icicle Crash, gets a kill. And Ian is going to go out into his Landers. Therein getting the Intimidate off, showing that he's a Yachi Berry, to be expected since it came in. And they could go for the Superpower, getting rid of the Mamoswine. And En is forced into his Kartana, but with that -1 defense, it can go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade to kill. But he's just going to go for the Smart Strike, possibly predicting this Golbat to come out, since Golbat is the only swap in left. Golbat is going to go for the Heat Wave onto the Tapu Koko, getting rid of that thing. And Blastoise is not going to be able to stall down this Golbat. This Golbat looks to be very specially defensive, if I had to guess. But it would make sense if it was physically defensive, so I don't really know. But Golbat is going to go for the Tailwind. Ice Beam does not even do anything to this. So Tailwind is just going to give Ian the jump, because he can Roost, so that Ice Beam is no longer super effective, because he's going to get rid of his flying typing. So not bad there. And then out comes Crabominable, hoping for no burn. Ian making a risky play. And Ian is going to be living that with his Blastoise, and they can go ahead and kill this Crabominable. But Ian did weaken this Blastoise for Landers to come in and just get a kill. It just goes for Earthquake and actually just gets a kill. But Kartana is going to come out here. And Kartana is looking like it has a chance to sweep. So Landers is going to go for, is going to die. Then Golbat comes out, and this Kartana is going to go for the Corkscrew Crash. That is going to be another kill. And was this actually a 2-0? Did I just mark it up wrong? Nope. How did... Oh, yeah, unaware. Never mind. I was going to say, what? Math. But Clefable is going to live due to its unaware, and then it's going to go over the Moonlight. Yeah, it is unaware. Otherwise, it wouldn't have Moonlight. So Ian has to hope for a Supreme Mega Crit, and he's not going to get it. And this Mega Steelix is going to hold on, giving Ian the 1-0 victory over the Arcane Arcanines. And with the last match, of course, I forgot to... Hold up. Yeah, you're seeing that correctly. It's okay, you don't need glasses. These St. Louis Swablues, oh my lord, oh my. These St. Louis Swablues have knocked off the St. Louis Samurats, so I guess the Battle of St. Louis. So we had the St. Louis Bowl and we had the Susie Bowl. Let's hop into it. Oh, also Scrafty was a weekly hero, 3 kills. Doing his thing. So we have a Mega Ampharos against a Tornadus Therian. Tornadus Therian, of course, going for the U-turn. Going out into Cresselia. Cresselia is going to not chew that Volt Switch. Looks to be a physically defensive Cresselia from the looks of things, since it can take on the Infernape and it can take on this Salamence. And Malone not fearing a Crocodile with his Cresselia, so interesting things there. Anderson knowing how Malone likes to play with this Cresselia, he's just going to go for the Pursuit. Malone loves to keep Cresselia around like until his last Mon. But Mega Aggron is going to get slept by this Amoonguss. And then Torrenti is going to come out as Anderson's going to make a good double into his Mega Ampharos and gets a free Volt Switch, doing huge damage to this Mega Aggron, showing how good this Ampharos actually is. And Infernape is actually going to go for the Stealth Rock, so possibly a Focus Sash Infernape that we're seeing here. I stand corrected. This is a Firium Z Infernape going for the Inferno Overdrive, getting rid of that Mega Aggron. Then out comes the Tornadus Therian, can go for the Flynium Z, so good job Malone executing the Z move. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill, but Heat Wave is going to follow it up. So Malone is down 4-5, but he's going to go for the U-turn with his Torrenti, going out into the Tapu Bulu. And Tapu Bulu is still not going to like taking this Volt Switch. Anderson, very good bring with his Ampharos, knowing what it's going to do in this match. And Tapu Bulu with his leftovers is going to get a lot of HP back, not enough HP to take a hit from this Infernape. And Tornadus Therian is going to outspeed if it isn't Choice Scarf, and is going to miss a Hurricane, so unfortunate on Malone's part, but that is the thing about running Tornadus Therian. You have to rely on moves that usually don't hit. So Torrenti is going to go for a Dark Pulse followed by a Hurricane, and he's almost going to lose his Tornadus Therian. And then he's going to go for the Dark Pulse to get rid of the Dusknoir, so that clears the way for Scolipede to have a good game. And then this Torrenti is going to go for the Hurricane, and it's going to crit, which is pretty important. It's actually really important because now this Mence is going to be revenged by anything that the Scolipede wants to do. And Malone is going to make a very good play going for the substitute here, as Anderson was trying to capitalize on Malone protecting possibly. Yeah, that was a huge crit for Malone, because his only way of killing this Mence was actually the Toxic, so very important stuff there. So this Mungus is going to go for the Hidden Power Fire. Malone just kind of hoping that this thing had nothing to hit him with. So going out into the Scrafty at +3 speed, and Anderson is going to make a very solid play going for the Spore Predictini swap. And this thing is getting a first turn Wake, and yeah, that's game. That is game right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is a +3 speed Scrafty and a +1 attack. Oh, Amoonguss. So Malone is going to go for the taunt, not wanting to get sports. Very good plays on his part. Then can just go for the Ice Punch. It's pretty free at this point. And this is still going to outspeed. Without the speed, Mega Ampharos very slow, of course. Needs an agility to be able to outspeed a lot of things. So Malone is going to go for the Ice Punch. Then Anderson is going to go for the Spore. Just trying to do what he can at this point. Is going to go for the Giga Drain. Scrafty is not going to wake up. Then it does wake up and go for the Ice Punch. Okay, did I miss something here? Oh no, it died to Life Orb. Okay. So yeah, Scrafty is going to go down there, but there is still a Scolipede sitting right here. So the St. Louis Swablues are going to improve to 1-5, grabbing their first win of the season against the St. Louis Samurott. And that's going to be the game, guys. These are the upcoming matches for Week 7. And thank you all for watching. And I will see you guys all in the next video. And if you guys haven't checked the description in a while, I updated it. So basically, everything that you'll see standard in the description, you'll see the link to the ASL YouTube channel, link to the ASL Discord channel. You'll have the link to everyone on the ASL YouTube channel, and you will have links to all the playlists. So thank you guys. I will see you guys all in the next video, and goodbye.